The AI world has been evolving like crazy these recent months, with AI models thinking more and more like humans. This is all great for coding and normal daily tasks, but how does it work when it comes to picking stocks? Could we really utilize AI to find the best possible stocks to invest in? Well, we're going to find out in this video, so make sure to watch all the way until the end, because the results are actually crazy. Now, before jumping into the stock picking, we're going to look at our contenders. On the left side, we have Claude, which is owned by Anthropic, a multi-billion-dollar company. In the middle, we have the most popular AI, ChatGPT, and all the way to the right, we have Google's Gemini. For the stock picking, we're going to use each company's best model. Starting off with Claude, we're going to give it a specific prompt that tells us to find the three best possible stocks in the market right now and gives us a simple and short summary of why we should invest. We're going to rank the three stocks from 1 to 10 based on growth potential and fundamental numbers. The AI with the highest overall score wins. So let's begin. So the prompt we're going to give Claude is right here, and you can pause if you want to read it. We're going to paste it in and see what Claude's latest and most advanced model, Opus 4.1, gives us. So this is very interesting. After giving the prompt, Claude gave us three stock picks with their own explanation and ratings. Let's go through them one by one. The first stock Claude picked was Microsoft. It explained that Microsoft has one of the strongest moats in technology, thanks to Office, Windows, and Azure. The company also has great management under Satya Nadella, who transformed Microsoft into a growth company. Recurring revenue is very high, and the balance sheet is extremely strong. The only real issue is valuation. The stock trades at a big premium. So overall, I think this is very well thought out analysis, and Microsoft is a great stock. But the only downside I have with this investment thesis is that Microsoft has a very high valuation. It can be justified for its premium mode and growth potential, but I still think it's a bit too high. So I would give this a 6.5 out of 10. The second stock was Google. Claude highlighted Google's dominant mode in search, YouTube, and Android, as well as strong management under Sundar Pichai. Revenue streams like ads and cloud are predictable, and the valuation is actually attractive compared to history. Now, this is again a great analysis, and I personally think Google is as well a great buy today because of its low valuation and growth potential. So I would give this an 8 out of 10. The last stock Claude gave us was Amazon. It focused on Amazon's unmatched logistics network, Prime membership, and AWS, which is very profitable. The business is strong and still growing, but again, the main concern is valuation, which is very high. This is a great analysis as it highlights Amazon's strengths. I also think Amazon has strong growth potential, but one thing is the high valuation. So I would give this a 7.5 out of 10. That gives Claude an average rating of about 7.33 out of 10. Now let's look at ChatGPT, the most popular AI, but is it the best? The first stock it picked was United Health Group. The analysis described United Health as having a strong moat with leading market share and a diversified business through Optum. Valuation is currently low because of short term challenges, but revenue is still growing and management is strong. We can see this analysis is just like Claude's, very well made, and I like that it picked United Health Group since the stock has been down a lot but has potential for a turnaround. With valuation low and revenue still growing, I would give this an 8 out of 10. The second stock was Verizon. ChatGPT explained that Verizon has a strong network mode, very sticky customers, and predictable cash flows. It does carry a lot of debt, but the cash flow is steady and the dividend is large. Valuation is also very cheap right now. Now, it seems like this company is not a growth stock, but more of a steady compounder, and for that reason, I would give this analysis a 6.5 out of 10. The last stock was Uber. ChatGPT pointed out Uber's network effects, the growth of both ride and delivery, and the fact that profitability has been improving a lot. Financials are strong, and the valuation is still reasonable given the growth. I personally think this is a great analysis, so I would give this an 8.5 out of 10. And that is also mainly because it shows Uber, which I think has a lot of growth potential. But of course, none of this is financial advice. So overall, ChatGPT gets a score of 7.66 out of 10, which is pretty solid. Finally, the last AI model, Gemini 2.5 Pro. The first target pick was Microsoft with pretty much the same thesis as Claude's, so I would give that a 6.5 out of 10. The second stock was Adobe. Gemini highlighted Adobe's moat around its creative software, subscription model, and strong financials. It also mentioned that Adobe is integrating AI as a growth driver. Now, I think this is a great analysis, but I do think that there's a large amount of competition eating into Adobe's market share. So I would give this a 7 out of 10. The last stock Gemini gave was Visa. It pointed to Visa's global dominance, network effects, predictable revenues, and high profitability. While valuation is on the expensive side, Visa is seen as one of the highest quality companies. Now, this is a very well made analysis, and it probably chose Visa because it's a safer investment. But since we're looking for quality growth, I would give this a 7 out of 10. That gives Gemini an overall score of 6.8 out of 10. Now, let's look at the final ranking. So, in last place is Gemini with 6.8 out of 10. Second place goes to Claude with 7.33 out of 10. And the winner is ChatGPT with 7.66 out of 10. And the overall best stock pick out of all three models was Uber with an 8.5 out of 10 rating. Now, my final thoughts on this are that AI is really getting good. They've chosen some great stocks, in my opinion, that every shareholder could be comfortable holding for a very long time while seeing some decent results. So it could be that in the future, we would no longer need financial advisors, and instead we can just use AI. Now, it's great that there's so much data, but what AI gives us is may not always be accurate. That's where the sponsor of this video, EODHD, can help. They provide reliable data for thousands of stocks, especially when it comes to solid fundamental data. So definitely check them out. The link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching. And if you want to learn how to screen through stocks on your own, check out this video right here.